Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
Walking on Shabbos. What are the restrictions relevant towards walking on Shabbos versus during the week? What is the background behind it? And what are the cases of exception? In part 1 of this halacha, we will discuss the background and the restrictions, including the restrictions implemented in walking on Shabbos versus during the week. So the verse states, "Im tashiv meshabbos reglecha, v'chibadetoi masais drechecha," etc. in Yeshaya 58:13. And based on this, the Chachamim in Masechah Shabbos 113a deduce that one's walking on Shabbos should not be like one's walking during the week. As it says, "Im tashiv meshabbos reglecha," if you rest your feet on Shabbos. Practically, what does this mean? How does one fulfill this statement of the Navi Yeshaya to rest your feet on Shabbos? So the Chachamim learn that you're supposed to walk differently on Shabbos than the way you walk during the week. What does this practically mean? So they gave us a list of 5 different types of walking activities that should not be done on Shabbos or forbidden to be done on Shabbos, unless one of the exceptions apply, as we will discuss in part 2 of this series. What are the cases of exception that permit walking in the forbidden way? So let's begin. Number 1, running. It is forbidden to run on Shabbos. It's certainly forbidden to run for the sake of exercise and health purposes, as this carries an additional issur besides for the issur that we just mentioned against walking in a similar way to during the week, and therefore running is prohibited. In addition, it's forbidden to do exercise on Shabbos, and that is a second reason why you're not allowed to run for exercise. But even running not for the sake of exercise is forbidden on Shabbos. So is recorded in the Shulchanaruch, the Mechaber 3011, the Alter Rebbe in 3011 in the manuscripts of the Maril, based on the Gemara in Brachos 6b. So that's our first restriction, running. Second restriction, jumping. It is forbidden to jump on Shabbos. You can't lift both feet from the ground simultaneously. So records the Alter Rebbe in 3011, and is the implication of the previous Paiskim, the Mechaber and the Gemara in Brachos. Number 3, skipping. It's forbidden to skip on Shabbos. This refers to lifting the second leg prior to fully putting down the first leg. So records the Alter Rebbe, the Rambam in 24:4, and other Achreinim. The 4th restriction, walking in large strides. When we not walk in large strides that are more than an amma distance from the head of the toe of one foot to the head of the toe of the second foot. The Alter Rebbe adds that furthermore, even during the week, one is not to walk in wide strides, as doing so takes away 1/500th of one's ability of sight. Regarding Shabbos, so records the Raman 3011, based on the Gemara in Shabbos 113b, brought in the Alter Rebbe 3011 and 9013. Not everyone agrees to this. There are poskim who rule that it is permitted to take long strides on Shabbos, and certainly during the week. So is the opinion of the Agud in the name of Taisvis, recorded in the Kuntrasach 3011 and Magen Avram. But nonetheless, the final ruling is, as we stated, the 4th restriction of walking is that you're not allowed to walk in long strides and wide strides on Shabbos. Walking more than necessary. Number 5. The 5th and last restriction is that one is not allowed to walk more than necessary in order to get to a certain location. So if you have 2 directions of how to reach an area, one is longer and one is shorter, always take the shorter route. Unless, writes the Ramah, you are taking a leisurely walk, a Shabbos walk. To take a Shabbos walk, you enjoy the scenery, no problem, you can take a longer route, you can walk as much as you want for that purpose. But otherwise, a person is just trying to reach a destination, he should always take the shorter route there. So in summary, the Chachamim enacted that one's walking on Shabbos be regulated and not be similar to the weekday. You should walk in a more chilled, a more calm, a more serene manner, not walk in a way that seems stressful, that takes physical exertion, and therefore he shouldn't run, jump, skip, take large strides, or walk more than necessary unless it's for leisure purposes. Based on all this, we can also deduce that when you're walking up and down stairs, you're not supposed to skip a stair, whether going up or going down. You shouldn't skip a step, as this falls under the prohibition of walking in wide strides on Shabbos, and perhaps, as we said before, even during the week it should be avoided. Now, are there cases of exception that allow running, jumping, etc.? The answer is yes. We will deal with this in Mirz Hashem in a second series on this halacha, although we'll already mention the cases of exception will be doing so in order to avoid getting wet or dirty or to run away from danger, child play for the sake of enjoyment, for the sake of a mitzvah. In Mirz Hashem, all this coming up in our second shir.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.